It is my pleasure to represent LEB in the trial of LEB versus KOOB 85. On June 1st, 2022, KOOB committed battery against my client, LEB, at the Club Ice at Rose City. This is beyond violent and vicious. My client is asking for justice. She wants KOOB to be punished for his unjust physical violence against her. Today, we're planning to show you all the truth through witness evidence provided by law enforcement and other witness statements about KOOB and claims from his very own employees of verbal abuse, which will clearly show that all of this evidence will prove the fact that KOOB has a temper that led him to resorting to battery to my poor client that has done nothing wrong and is an innocent soul caught in KOOB's disgusting lies and deception and violence. Thank you for your time.
I am here today to defend my client against these wild and outlandish claims. Your Honor, the defendant is innocent, and I request that all charges are dropped. Without going into the details, there's not even any way my client could have been at the scene of the crime in the first place. The entire case is against my client and is a rotten attempt at leeching off of his fame and riches. Thank you.
Alright. Can you describe what happened on June 1st, 2022 in Club Ice?
So, I believe there was an altercation between LEB and KOOB 85. As I was chasing a perp through Club Ice, I witnessed KOOB 85 strike LEB round the face with his hand, striking her left cheek, causing a wound.
We have some evidence. Body camera evidence. It is on the stream.
Oh no.
Let's move on to the next part of evidence then. This is the assault Bruce photo, correct? Alright. Who is that in the photo, if I may ask?
That is LEB.
And when was this photo taken?
As it says on the picture, on the 1st of June at 7:26 PM after the attack.
What even was the evidence you analyzed that led you to believe my client was the individual who slapped LEB?
Body cam footage. It shows it clearly.
Anyone could have dressed up as my client and done this.
Well, I was given information when we brought KOOB in, and that's a whole different story if that information isn't true. And he also has a history of similar acts.
When around KOOB 85, does he act physically aggressive? Has he ever slapped or punched anybody? Yes. Alright. So, we would like to present a video that Mo took. Okay. So, why did KOOB hurt you in the video? Did he have any reason to harm you? There was no reason. He just randomly became very aggressive towards you. I see.
If you are not even his friend on Roblox, what gives you the credibility to speak on the behalf of my client's behavior? Because my client is not a violent individual. So, Firebrand, how do you know the defendant KOOB 85?
I employ him.
Okay. Have you ever met KOOB 85 in real life?
This is FIREBRAND. This is really FIREBRAND.
Have.
How would you describe KOOB 85's height in real life? Okay. So,
extremely short.
Do you think this small individual would be able to punch anyone, let alone punch them in the face?
No, I do not.
Can you explain the in-game emote system?
You can give your friends permissions to use emotes that affect your character.
What happens if the setting is off?
They cannot affect your character with emotes.
So
unless they specifically accept the interaction.
Alright. It seems like, hey, Firebrand just decided that I'm not gonna question him. Okay. How long has KOOB been employed by you?
About 2 years.
Is your relationship with KOOB 85 strictly business oriented?
For the most part.
Well, you talk about the emote system, right? So as you can see in this evidence, it clearly says that you cannot emote with LEB YouTube, And this is clear. It's taken now after a tragedy has happened. Of course, Ellie has turned it off now because of what you've done to her. You've traumatized Ellie. So how long have you known Ellie B?
I've known Ellie for about 3 years now.
All right. Has Ellie ever acted aggressive or deceitful towards you?
Absolutely.
Oh.
What?
Do you trust Ellie B's word if she claims to have been battered by KOOB?
I would say that I trust Ellie's word up to a certain point.
Well, if you only trust her to a certain point, why would you then allow Ellie B to be a moderator / admin in all your Discord servers you publicly own if you don't trust her that much?
I trust Ellie B with the ability to moderate a Discord server, not with the ability to handle herself around KOOB in an appropriate manner when it comes to physical altercations.
Oh my gosh.
Has KOOB ever verbally attacked or threatened you in your direct messages?
On more occasions than I can count.
Has he ever then been violent, slapped you or others in...
Oh my gosh.
No,
Did you
he's too
just-
short.
He just.
He's
he
too
just
short
slapped
to reach
you.
my face.
What
No, I was
is
just,
this?
dude, I was just giving him a high five. I don't know what you're talking about.
You slapped
We were
him
Yeah, buddies.
in the face.
Hey,
No,
objection. It was
I
just a
think
high five.
you
It was
just,
a high
you
five.
No.
missaw. The entire court
Nah.
missaw.
Touching
It was
court.
just.
It
Mhm.
forced
He
you to
fell out of his
ragdoll?
chair because he missed. It was a strong high five,
High
okay?
fives don't ragdoll you.
So wait, you're strong enough to create a high five like that, and you're not able to create a slap?
Objection, relevance.
Oh!
That has a lot of relevance.
So does it surprise you that I was accused of slapping LEB?
It does surprise me.
It's
Why?
all scripted.
I would never think you to be a person to harm members of your own community in such a physical, violent way, especially in public.
Do you think I would be capable of pulling that off even if I wanted to?
It's
Scripted.
turning up.
You are not physically tall enough to reach someone's face.
I'm sure she does a lovely job editing
That
her
makes
content.
no
Do you know
sense,
her to be
there's a
honest?
stool.
I would say that the majority of the time I have no issues with Ellie being honest. However, there have been a few occasions where I have caught her in the middle of a lie.
So, do you know
What?
how many times LEB has promised to complete a video editing by a deadline and missed that deadline? You can
I
estimate.
swear to God,
Um,
do not bring this up.
Ellie, please,
I'm gonna
silence.
lose my
Silence.
mind.
Order.
Oh
Order.
my God.
Like, don't worry.
Your Honor, this leads
I
directly
have-
to Ty's credibility on Ellie and Ellie's credibility as an upstanding citizen.
Very frequently, you'll find that she uploads her video before mine because she's recording and editing hers before mine.
What happened on June 1st, 2022?
I was just at Club Ice having some fun by myself, and KOOB enters the room. He walked up to me, and we had a really good conversation about the future of Rose City. But then we started talking about politics for some reason, and I made some jokes about Mayor June, and KOOB did not like it at all.
Ah, okay. Okay, could you maybe repeat those jokes you made about Mayor June?
Yes. I said to KOOB, Mayor June and diapers have one thing in common. They both should be changed.
Okay. Okay, and is there more jokes?
Yes, there's one more. What do you call a corrupt leader? Mayor June.
Those are good jokes.
Thank you.
Okay, what happened after
He's
you said
even
those
laughing. Why did you put?
jokes? It's okay. Don't ignore.
Sorry.
Ignore him. Ignore him.
It
It's,
brings me
it's fine. You don't have to look at him. Don't
Okay,
look at him.
I'm looking away.
Okay. Stay there. It's okay. So, what happened after you said those jokes? And just look at me. Don't look at them over there.
Yes, of
okay?
course.
Yeah.
KOOB jumped onto a stool and hit me in the face with his
Yeah,
hand.
and that clearly shows the injury.
Ellie, do you know what mythomania is? Stop Googling it.
No.
Say no.
No, I don't know what that is.
Cool. Thanks for sharing. So that is known as chronic lying. So it's odd that you wouldn't know about that, thinking that you of all people. Chronic lying? I think so. Evidence 1 clearly depicts Ellie confessing to photoshopping images relating to this court case.
And we have
She
some
admitted to
evidence
utilizing Photoshop
was-
to
no.
manipulating files relating to this trial to either create a negative sense in the public or create bias. Number two, evidence number two. Please go to evidence number two. That's TUTWO.
Did you just say TUWO?
I said TWO. This is where Ellie admits that all of this is just for fun, and I did nothing of the sort. Ellie B claims blatantly, KOOB didn't actually assault me. So what does the B stand for in Ellie B? Do you understand that battery also starts with the B? The very charge that you're charging me for? You have clearly been scheming this for a very long time.
B stands B in your name too?
No,
Are you
she
not
said that's
KOOB
it.
battery? I don't understand.
KOOB battery.
That just makes no sense.
June 1st, 2022.
I was working on the very long update called the Firefighter update.
As you can see, he was working from 2:42 p.m. to 7:29 p.m. Would you consider yourself famous?
Absolutely.
Do you think someone might try to frame you for a crime so they can leech off your fame?
Oh, certainly, especially Ellie B. She's a content mongerer. And
so, we can see on the body cam that you were at Club Ice. So why were you at Club Ice?
I wasn't at Club Ice.
Well, you take regular breaks when you work, so it's rather interesting to say when you take many breaks and don't work in a very timed manner and work at your computer, to say that you couldn't have joined up for a moment and been in Club Ice. How do you prove that that's not what happened?
I prove that's not what happened because why would I join just for a split second without turning off my clock to have a conversation with Ellie and then have a political debate with her? The law enforcement officer doesn't even have a legitimate Rose City Police Department shirt on right now. He has an off-brand one that you can purchase at Bailey's Cosmetic Shop for maybe $200. Exactly. But as I would like to point out in the back of the room, the developer of said game, RoCitizens, has a sign up that deems fake police. Why would I hit a woman with glasses?
But she said something mean about Mayor June.
I would never hit a woman, let alone a woman with glasses.
I don't care.
I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I would want to cloud chase off me if I were anyone else.
That doesn't mean anybody else.
I'm pretty cool, guys.
She could have gone for someone with maybe 100,000 followers. Why would she?
I already testified that I'm like really famous.
You're not.
If I am a so-called clout chaser, why would I want to ruin?
Words used by your own lawyer.
I did quotation marks. You just can't see it. Why would I want to ruin KOOB's reputation by creating a false incident as he claims?
I'm not sure, Ellie. Why would you want to ruin my reputation by making this whole incident that you fabricated for several years, knowing that that B in your name stands for battery?
Our closing statement. We would start with highlighting the fact that, you know what, you've seen the witnesses. A lot of them are now saying that, it's actually, clear that he has a violent past. And through witnesses and the evidence provided, there's a clear motive for this. And there's, a clear eyewitnesses having seen KOOB hitting it. We have camera evidence. We have it all. I think it would be a very wise decision to call KOOB guilty in this case, as it proves that, victims of this kind of abuse would be able to stand up and say, say something and be respected by a court and be respected and for their time.
My client, KOOB85, is innocent. All of these charges have been proven wrong by all of these evidence we have provided. The stuff that LEB has, the heinous stuff LEB has said is not true and is only for clout. If you can make the right choice by putting away LEB.
Okay, so after about 5 minutes of discussion, we find the defendant not guilty of assault.
What?
Yeah.
But the plaintiff guilty of manipulation of evidence in their own favor.
Plus your mom. Bye.
This never happened. Bye, guys.
As soon as I joined this amazing legal team, I knew for a matter of fact that
you're on no one's legal team.
You're on the legal team. What?
I knew for a fact that KOOB 85 would get the
Incoming.
justice he deserves against these heinous accusations made against him.
cretins.
No one's standing next to Firebrand. He doesn't bite, guys. Come on.
I bet, nah, definitely he's bitten me.
Okay.
Numerous
Come on,
times.
come on, come on.
It's
It's been ouch.
Dude.
I'm gonna sue Firebrand
Poor
next for
fight.
biting.
Okay. Firebrand was
Just-
pushed
oh
out
my-
of the frame. Wonderful. I
Wait.
do.
Do that right.
Oh,
Exactly. I would like to
Oh,
thank
they
the
said
jury
other side.
for
Being
supporting
wrong.
me on this lovely case.
They're wrong.
I'm so glad that I got away with it, guys. Thank you so much.
Hey, don't say that. Ooh, what do
Go
I
where you
get for
belong.
making you
Guys,
innocent?
never lie, else you'll go to jail.
4K.
We all just unanimously decided that it was literally
Oh, so
Friday.
everyone decided I was guilty? Bruh.
That is so funny.
No
No
way.
Actually,
Morbius sweep.
Made a grave mistake.
Yeah,
that will
yeah,
go down
yeah.
in History.
I'm not done.
Oh,
I'm
really?
Not done.
Can we agree to never have a court trial ever
Until
again?
part two, yes.
Please, please.
You
Well, depending on how good the
Yeah.
first one goes. If it's really good, then we
you
need
went
to out,
Among
right,
Us
Ellie?
mode.